Okay, so like I said in the last video, if you're dating someone that has the same traits as other people you've dated in the past and they have not worked out, then you might need to change direction. Um, think outside the box a little bit in your own world and um, just give people a chance. Um, like there's guys that's still trying to talk to me that are very well, they're nice and funny and everything, but I really, really don't see myself with them. So I mean that's kind of hard. But there's people that are like, they're on the verge. Is like, you can look and you can say, I can give this thing a shot. Because once you start liking someone's personality, us for us girls at least, I believe if we start liking their personality, everything else kind of falls into place. Like things we can look over, look past. For me, though, the only thing I really cannot look past is the sex. I have realized that sex is a very important part of a relationship, and I didn't know that before, but I know it now. And for me, it really has to be a compatible situation, and maybe we'll talk about that in another vlog. But that's the only real deal breaker for me. You have a great personality, you can be cute, but if the satisfaction is not there, there's gonna be no chance because you're never gonna be satisfied, and that's the intimate part of your relationship, and you can't forego that off of just personality and look. For me, I can't. Anyway, all right. So what we got here? So we talked about never let a man think you need him, but always let him know he's wanted. To need is to show desperation, but to want is a privilege or desire to him, whether he knows it or not. We went through boost his ego, support him in his endeavors, constant sex and home cooked food, and dress up so he knows why he bagged you in the first place. We went over let him like you more than you like him. Yeah, let him like you more than you like him, or at the very least, let him think that. Don't make yourself vulnerable. We haven't gone over this, but I don't know if I'm ready to talk about this. Um, if everyone is saying yes to him, you have to be the one to say no, but also find that fine line without being the prude. When somebody is used to people like just always giving into them, it's like a refreshing and kind of aggravating when somebody says no or just doesn't go with your flow. And you're like, who are you? Why would you? But it's intriguing. It's interesting. However, if you do it too much and it's like, then I guess you're not interested. Get away from me. So you have to find that fine line where you say no. You have your own being. You have your own opinions and your own thoughts about how anything should go. But also, you have to not. You have to. How can you say this? You have to not give in, but you have to have some room to have some commonalities and say yes sometimes. Um, so what's that? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, then there's another chapter called Stepford Wife or Bitch, and the answer is both. Booyah! If anybody's ever seen the movie Stepford Wife with, I think it was Nicole Kidman, basically it's like, well, I think they turned out to be robots, but the premise is they're like perfect women. They dress up so very nicely and ladylike and petitely, and they go grocery shopping and take the children out to the soccer games, and they cook and they clean in their heels, and they're just so perfect. That's kind of how I want to be as a wife. But on the other end, you can't always be like, yes, honey, yes, honey, yes, honey. Just like in the movie Coming to America, when Eddie Murphy was like, I want somebody that's going to have their own opinion. I don't want just a wife that's going to just do what I want. And so he's like asking the potential wife, what do you like? What kind of music do you like? And she's like, whatever you like. He's like, okay, what kind of food do you like? Whatever you like. And he own opinion. It's okay. No guy wants you to agree with everything he says. He may think he wants you to agree with everything he says, but he also appreciates you having your own opinion, because when you're not with him, he needs to know that you can take care of yourself with other people in the world. So he needs to know that you're strong enough to go against them, and you're strong enough to go against him if need be. So being a stepford wife or being a bitch. And not being a bitch like nagging or getting on everybody's nerves or just like always complaining or being loud. Being a bitch in the sense that I'm not letting you just walk over me. I'm not gonna let you just not do what I asked you to do. So you have to kind of find that fine line of being the stepford wife. Yes, honey. Okay, honey. I love you too, honey. Have your dinner on the table, honey. Everything's done. And then the line of being like, didn't I ask you to take out the trash, or didn't I say that I kind of don't want you hanging out with your friends on Friday night this week because I have something to do? Like, you can't just always just. Who wants that? It's like being in a jail. Nobody wants to be in a jail in a relationship. So, fine line. Find that fine line. If you want to go into depth with that, comment. Let me know what you think about that. So we went over sex won't make him love you and a baby won't make him stay. That was like the last video. What's this one? This is another chapter we got. So afraid, we women are so afraid to be alone, we accept the bullshit. Stop thinking with our hearts. In fear, use logic. I think that's a good one to go off of. I don't know if I have enough time right now, but let's start it. So afraid to be alone, we accept the bullshit. Stop thinking with our hearts in fear and use logic. Guys don't particularly all the time think with their brain. I mean, their heart. Sorry. For them, they're like, I'm trying to enjoy this ride for as long as I can enjoy it, for as long as she's gonna let me enjoy it. Like, we are like, oh my god, I like him, I love him. It's like, as soon as we meet him, I like him, and then I love him. And everything we do from then on is like, oh, I'm gonna do this because I like him, or I'm gonna do this because I have feelings for him. But it's gotta be times when you think to yourself logically, if I do this, what message is that gonna send? If I don't do this, what message is that gonna send? You have to think logically also, and not just emotionally all the time. And it says we're so afraid to be alone that we accept the bullshit. Like, we know certain things are happening, or we know certain things we don't like, and we accept it because it's like, all right, I'm gonna let him slide because I don't want him to be mad at me. Like, even I do this, like with the guy that I'm in the sexual relationship with. He doesn't call me a lot, and I try to understand that he's a busy guy. He got a lot of things going on. But for me, I'm busy too, but it only takes a second to text, hey, how you doing? Just wanted to say hi. That is it. I don't need to have a long drawn out conversation. I just want you to know I just want to know that you are thinking about me throughout the day. But since our relationship is not like that per se, then I kind of understand it. But if it was a situation where I know that we're dating and he doesn't text me or call me throughout the day, not to say all day long, just once, maybe twice through the day if he's not able to see me. Hey, how you doing? Just wanted to say hi. I mean, like, that's it. So right now I accept that he doesn't do that because he's busy, but at the same time, it's like, if he liked me, he would. And I'm accepting it and not going like, can you call me a little bit more? Or I'm not going to come over because you don't ever call me, or you don't ever text me. Why you don't do this? Why you don't do that? I don't want to, because then I don't want him to be like, damn, bitch, you're not even dating. Why did you going sick? Why did you going crazy? You know what? Never mind. I don't really want to deal with this. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Then I'd be like, oh, what did I do?